The all-new 22 Civic, now on sale at Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Good morning.
I forgot to change the channels over here, Liz. Hold on. Where'd the remote go?
That is okay.
Where do we hide all this stuff?
We get to change it up, and those monitors get fun, new what we call graphics.
I'll turn that on.
There we go. Look at that. The magic of TV.
Where are you?
I'm over on this side. I figured I'd mix it up a little bit because I'm at the other monitor.
There you go.
Hi.
How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
Actually, I'll come over there right now.
Yeah.
Welcome to WAFB Plus and 9 News Now. As you began the morning, there was a couple of stories that were kind of kicking people off and what people wanted to know about. One of them was this little piece of info. Look at that.
Yeah, so this has been an issue for the last couple of days. We've gotten calls since Sunday about intermittent flaring at Exxon. For a number of reasons, it's been different reasons from ExxonMobil, from just because they have hydrocarbons, I believe, that they need to dispose of in the air. So they've got that going. That happened Sunday. And then overnight, they've tweeted that they said that this is a part of the process that needs to be burned out. So again, they say it's not a threat to the community.
Right.
We have reached out to Exxon. They don't seem to be concerned about it at this point in time.
Correct. And they do this quite often.
Yeah.
For those who live in the area, they know this. This is part of their safety measures. Even if there's not, like you mentioned, not even anything truly worrisome going on, flaring happens.
Even though it looks concerning.
It's a pretty good flare.
Yeah.
One of our folks who work here actually was coming in early this morning. He lives about like 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 miles away from the actual site. He's like, I can see it. I can see it.
And it's alarming to see.
Yeah, when that happens, people start to kind of get worried. But as Liz mentioned, nothing to worry about. We're still in contact, of course, with the folks over at ExxonMobil.
No danger to people who live in the area right now.
No danger to people shopping at the Mall of Louisiana.
Allegedly. Allegedly. Did you hear about
She said
Kara?
allegedly. There you go.
Kara is the new girl in town who is on the run from the Blue Zoo Aquarium.
Stop.
We're just making this juicy. So y'all might have heard about this yesterday. This is the big talker on social media. Trending on Twitter right now is Louisiana because of Kara, the Burmese python that escaped the Blue Zoo. That's that new aquarium, that exhibit that opened there inside the mall. It's at the old Hollister location, if that gives you a placer for some folks.
Right there at the bottom of the escalator.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the Auntie Anne's pretzels.
Right, there you go.
Pretzels.
But thankfully, a small snake, just a few feet, right?
12, Matt, 12.
Exactly.
That ain't no small snake.
Where are you going? Is she going shopping? Like for shoes or something?
No. You said she was looking for a big sock today.
A big sock?
Or maybe a scarf. I don't even know
Where
where she
do
would
you-
end up.
Where do you
a
hide 12
handbag?
foot? So stay out of.
designer handbag?
Yeah, so stay out of the shoe
I don't
section.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, snakeskin shoes.
But as of last check, she's still missing.
Right.
She's still missing.
But the mall's going to open up today.
Yes,
Regular hours.
apparently.
Yeah.
So they suspect that she is in the ceiling.
Right.
They claim to be using infrared technology to find her.
For a cold-blooded snake?
Yeah, allegedly.
Right.
But they say that the humans are more of a threat to her than she is of other people because she's a zoo snake.
Sure.
She's been trained to
The zoo
interact
snake.
with people.
Zoo snake.
Yes, she's allegedly good with children. This is all hearsay. I don't know
Yes.
anything if this is actually
Yes.
true because she's not in her natural environment right now. So we will see.
She loves kids, loves to give them a big hug.
Yeah.
No, that's not right.
Oh,
That's right.
no.
So, no, this is actually, it's a story. It's taken over, like you said, with social media. It's all like coast to coast. People are talking about the missing snake at the mall
When
in Louisiana.
makes it in the news.
What's going on?
Yeah, just nonsense.
Just nonsense.
Pure nonsense. Yes.
Something we talked about today. Well, where'd I
Real
go?
pets.
Actual. Yeah, exactly.
Well,
That story's right there. Well, we can call that.
I'm losing.
This is one of the stories we talked about today as well. A homeowners assistance, Louisiana Homeowners Assistance Fund. As folks come out of the pandemic, but maybe they don't have the financial means to pay the bill when it comes to a mortgage, that kind of thing. This is about to happen.
There's money set aside for each state government, depending on what the needs are. And a big, as Matt said, need is housing, utility bills. So if you're behind on your mortgage, if you're behind on your rent and you need help, well, there's this program that's going to open up, but there's actually a waiting list. That's why it says coming soon.
Yeah.
You can sign up to get on that waiting list to find out how to actually enroll in this program. Because again, a lot of people are in this situation where they're coming out of the pandemic. Either they had no job, they couldn't afford to pay their utility bills, so you're behind on all these things. So this is going to be a huge asset to folks.
It really is. The amount of people impacted by this, I mean, we're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are going to need some of this help. But again, going to be coming out soon, but you can log on right now, kind of get the ball rolling for it yourself. Again, it is LA COVID housing LACOVIDhousing.com. LACOVIDhousing.com. Fill out the form. You can actually start to leave messages here and have conversations about what's going on right here on this website.
Yep.
How about this as well? We talked a little bit about this, obviously last night and this morning.
Yeah.
Children in our area, foster children in our area, there's actually more of them now because of the pandemic.
Yeah, CASA has always needed a great need for volunteers to oversee this. And this is a really, it's not just something where you can step in kind of like big brother, big sister. You actually need to be trained to be a CASA appointed volunteer. There's a judge that's involved in this process. They're not letting just anyone be around these kids because they want you to make intentional time with these foster children. So they are looking for volunteers who are going to commit to more than just showing up once a week or twice a week. This is a serious commitment. Scotty's actually a CASA volunteer, and it is an entire training process you need to go through. But if you are looking for a way to be involved in a foster child's life, it's a great local opportunity to do that.
I mean, can you imagine? Just imagine, put yourself in like a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old's shoes, trying to go through CASA, court-appointed special advocates, trying to go through the court system and being there alone.
Yeah.
How do you? That makes me sick to my stomach. And so that's what this is all about, being able to be the adult in the room with that child's best interests at heart as they work their way through the system and hopefully find their way to a permanent home.
That's it. So you can be a part of that solution, but again, just know that it is a commitment. It's not something that you can say you're interested in and not devote the time to, because it does take time.
All of that. Speaking of something that takes commitment, you can't do it just half-heartedly. You got to be a part of this. Our Kelly Hubbard this morning was if there's kids who needs homes, right? We just talked about that. Pets who needs homes.
Yes, especially now, just like with children.
I'm gonna find it.
During the pandemic, there were a lot of animals that were adopted, but there were also a lot of animals that were surrendered. So Callie was live at Companion Animal Alliance this morning. The executive director, Jill, was saying that they have 400 pets in that facility. Not just dogs, cats, livestock. They've got all kinds of pets, and they really need fosters or adoptees to come and just check them out. They're not even asking you to come adopt yet. They want you to start thinking about, well, can we... I know. You should have seen some of the little babies loving on Callie this morning. Kittens. They've got a lot of kittens, really unnamed kittens. So if you are thinking about adopting a pet, thinking about taking on that commitment, again, a commitment.
It is.
It's worth a visit to the shelter.
You adopted.
I did, from Companion Animal Alliance.
Changed your life.
That's it.
In such a great way.
Yeah.
How's Bo?
He's wonderful.
Bo Co.
Four-legged love of my life, and CAA made it so easy. I believe that they are offering some kind of discount too, and if you're a military veteran, always offered a discount.
Exactly right.
So great incentives, and again, bring the kids out. You might fall in love with the little critter. I mean, look at these little nuggets.
You and I were talking this morning, the folks who work here, I mean, hats off, more than hats off. I'd be crying.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
I would love to see it when obviously the pets find that home.
Yes.
But I mean, seeing more and more pets come in, man, I'd be a ball of just mush all the time. Look at these mugs.
I know. Especially the condition they get either surrendered in or dropped off. You just don't know, but strays usually don't come from a good situation if they get dropped off. So you can help lessen the amount of shelter animals there so they can make way for new shelter animals. So consider going out there with your family. You do not need an appointment.
It's so easy.
Yep.
We adopted every pet we've ever owned.
We
adopted. I mean, we got our
He even took
Toby
in a
at home.
neighborhood cat.
Oh yeah, the neighborhood cat.
Yes.
We adopted from the neighborhood.
The stray.
Oh gosh.
But he's cool.
He really is.
Yeah.
Mufasa. That's
I
right.
love it. Who gets along with his shelter dog.
That's exactly right.
Which is even more awesome.
It's like Milo and Otis.
I'm telling you.
They should have their own channel.
They should.
As soon as they have figured out
WAFB
thumbs.
Plus.
Okay.
I'm telling you, this is a whole, it's like a Discovery Plus, but for animals, our pets.
Matt's
your
Wildlife
pets.
Kingdom.
Matt's Wildlife
Right
Kingdom.
after Co-Tunes.
Oh, I like that. This lineup is already rolling.
This really is going to get sideways. Speaking of getting sideways, actually not so much in our part of the world when it comes to weather. We are just kind of stuck in a pretty familiar pattern right now.
Percentage chance of rain. Similar to what we've been seeing really for the last 3 days. It's Groundhog's Day, but silver lining is that it's not severe. These are just scattered storms that pop up in and throughout the day. So, and now I know it's annoying. I know you wanted to do some outdoor plans, but Steve was mentioning if you want to take a walk, if you want to take your pets for a walk, the morning time is probably going to be the best chance to do it because storms likely again today. Umbrella's getting a good workout these last couple of weeks. That's good to know. that you might as well just keep it in your car because it's going to happen inevitably.
Keep it in your car. Just
Lunch
keep it in your car.
plans,
Yeah.
inevitably, it's going to happen. So all throughout today and the rest of the week and the next 10 days,
There you see it?
yeah, you see a lot of that. But the chances of rain reduce a little bit towards
Yeah,
the
they
end
do.
of the week into the weekend. So yeah,
That's not too bad.
no,
Not
we'll
too
take
bad.
it compared to now Tropical Storm Elsa that's moving
right.
through Florida. So we will take every bit of that here. If it's just minimal rain, we'll take it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. Boy, some big stories coming out in the world of sports.
Oh, my gosh.
Some that are just heartbreaking for some of our former Tigers. Some are, well, it makes you smile for
Yeah.
our former Tigers.
Let's start with the bad news first. So Shakira Richardson,
Yeah,
obviously the LSU track star, came out, the iconic photo of her crossing through that 100-meter relay line, or 100-meter dash line. That was the big news. You saw her hugging her grandma, and we've talked
Huge.
about
Oh,
this.
yes.
It's just been so a roller coaster of emotions here. She tested positive for marijuana after those results came in, and then it was rumored that she couldn't run on the relay team by the 4x100.
Right.
The U.S. Olympic track team decided not to put her into that race,
Yeah.
so she is no longer going to compete in the Tokyo Olympics.
I think there were some who were holding out hope.
Yeah.
Because that 30-day ban would have been over before the relay would have been run in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Technically would have been able to run. But the choice was made not to put her on that relay team. So yeah, as you mentioned, not making the trip to Tokyo, at least not as a member of Team USA.
Yeah.
Tough to see, but her career is just getting
so
going.
young.
Exactly,
Yeah.
just getting going. Also though, where'd you go? We do have somebody from a former Tiger making their way to the Olympics, Amanda Sanchez.
Member of the former
Huge.
LSU softball
Yeah.
team. So she's not representing the U.S. She's actually
Nope.
representing Team Mexico, who has never had a softball team in the Olympics before. So historic for so many reasons, but it's even more exciting to say that she came through Baton Rouge as a Tiger.
How are you not going to root?
I mean, yeah.
For this former Tiger, 2019 All-American.
Yeah.
So just recently, obviously, wearing the purple and gold.
That's
so
awesome.
fun to see these athletes, being able to make that next move, and of course, waiting to see that next move with Shakira as well as we continue to follow that career. So a lot going on in the world of sports, plus potential hire for
that
LSU
too.
baseball, assistant coach.
Jason Kelly, coming out of Arizona, not with Jay Johnson,
Right.
actually his competitor,
Right. At
but
Arizona State,
they've been in each other's realms.
Yeah.
So what can that mean by bringing him here officially? Well, rumor. We'll see when it is confirmed.
Yeah, a lot of it.
But it could mean a big deal
Very
as
big.
Jay Johnson starts to form his team and kind of reinforces the strengths that he has.
Yeah.
Could be a big deal.
Filling those spots, or those, I guess he's a Tiger now, filling those stripes.
Clever.
No, just stupid.
I like that.
But that's what I do. So all that's going on in your little world today. I'd lost the WAFB Plus.
Oh, it disappeared. That's okay. But do you want to tell people about Game 1 of the NBA Finals?
Did you know what happened in Game 1 of the NBA Finals?
I didn't know until you told me.
Boom goes the dynamite. No, I'm not going to do that one. So Phoenix and Milwaukee going at it, right? You got a couple of former Pelicans and Hornets going at it. You got Drew Holiday, obviously, with the Pelicans.
Yeah.
And Chris Paul, CP3, used to play for the Hornets.
Hard to believe it's been 10 years.
10 years since CP3,
It's a long
right?
time.
Since 2011.
Yeah.
But this one was all Suns, at least in the second half. And CP3 had himself a game. Game high in points, scored, also dished out 9 assists. They win at 118-105, so the Suns in the lead here with one game down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there you go. It was fun. It was fun. It was fun to watch. Game 2 tomorrow. Tip off, I think, is it 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock?
Is it in
our
Phoenix
time?
again?
One more game in Phoenix, and then they'll take it to Milwaukee, and
Wow.
we'll see if it comes back to Phoenix.
When was the last time you heard, I'm rooting on the Suns
I
in
just-
the NBA
it's been a minute.
Finals?
It's been a minute. It's been like
You were telling me. I
1990s.
was like, I don't recall ever in recent history.
Oh, it's been. What was that, like Charles Barkley years back in the day?
Wow.
Yeah,
You're
that.
going back. This will be exciting. It's a good run so far, I
Liz,
think. Tell them people, Matt. Enlighten us.
I may have been in high school.
Oh! High school?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. Can I
The
tell you?
wonder days.
Can I tell you how difficult it was to go to school every day and light the candles and crank up the?
I
the
can
old-
only imagine.
Yeah, it was just
Even
like,
a
hitch the
pencils, or
horse.
was it charcoal?
Well,
back then?
it was like stone tablets.
Stoned. Wow.
Yeah. It was,
True wisdom. Look at him. We're lucky to have him here.
Liar. So all this stuff on WAFB Plus you can
Nonsense.
find. What's coming up? Speaking of sports today.
Jock Talk
Yep.
at 1 o'clock today, right here on WAFB Plus, on Roku, on Amazon Fire, on Apple TV. You can catch him talking about all the latest and greatest. Because remember, not much is happening in our part of the world in terms of sports. So
Right.
you want to join in on a sports conversation.
There's always, South Louisiana always has some stories kind of going on because of its rich history of sports history, and the fans, people love it down here. And so they find a way to make some stuff happen.
Yes.
And so they're interested in the very small to the very big. So, yeah. Anyway, Jacques got it. Jacques Talk. All the different places that you can find it.
1 o'clock.
Plus.
Before that, an hour before, you can actually go on to WAFB to watch 9 News at Noon with Scotty to find out the latest headlines for what we're anticipating for the day ahead.
I wonder what we're going to be talking about today on 9 News at Noon.
The latest.
I want to know.
Kara.
I want to know.
You got the police, you got the fire department, you got the Blue Zoo staff, the aquarium staff members looking for Homegirl. Homegirl has not been found. This is a problem. This is a problem.
Maybe.
How does she slither out?
How old is she? Did she just want to go shopping at the mall?
I did not see that.
I mean, it's
Maybe
it's a thing to
break
do.
Out, apparently, hang out with the cool kids.
Well, exactly.
Is she a cool kid?
All right. Well,
we'll find
we'll
out.
find out. I mean, she's cold-blooded, so I guess.
And if she's in your home, call the police.
All right. Ooh.
Call the fire department.
All right,
Yeah.
So all that coming your way. 9 News at Noon.
Yep.
All right. Y'all
Have a good
behave
one.
or don't. Whatever's fun. Bye now.
Go where summer leads you in an award-winning Mazda CUV. Find yours during Mazda's season of discovery.